radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. How you doing? Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, man. How you doing? Today's Thursday, August 5th, 2021. 218 days into the new year, only 147 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of nowhere. A total undisclosed location. But it is beautiful. How you doing? How you doing? All right. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planet. Race Hobbs, the Planet. Racy, are you listening? I'm going to test Racy right now. Racy, text me. Text me right now. Say, Church, I caught that. That's all I want. I just want to. I just want to see. I want to see. I'll leave the phone right here. You'll hear it vibrate. It'll go up, around, through the table, up the arm, down through the microphone. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I do, just so you know. Oh, for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planet, I'm Rose Tibby Church. Or did I already say that? I have to, my phone is over here on this table in its own stand. It has to sit over there because during the show, and I used to put it on a piece of foam because it just, the text and phone calls are coming in all night long on my phone. I'm thinking, man, everybody knows I'm on the air. Why would they be texting now, right? So anyway, but it would come through. I would hear it. And so that's it. It has to sit over there. And by the way, Race hasn't texted me yet. Aha. All right, Bill. Bill, text me. Let's see who is on the. I don't know who's producing the show tonight. I don't know. Corey, that's cool. Where'd you get that? That is a great gift. I'm going to retweet. That is awesome. It's awesome, bro. This is awesome. Because it is. He's got the Matrix, right? The Matrix, the beginning with the green, the letters coming. It's one of the best intros of all of cinema. He's got a Fadernight GIF. It says Fadernight in Matrixville. That's cool, man. Thank you for that, Corey. All right. Tonight is Fadernight. It is Thursday. 747-228-2051. That is the number to call. I'll open up the phone lines at the bottom of the hour. Obviously, the phones are ringing now, and I'm not picking up. everybody tries to get in early, right? Like if they call now, somehow they're going to sneak in. Maybe that's how Mark from Dallas does it when I start picking up phone calls early. But anyway, it's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. Open lines all night long. We've had an amazing week on the show. Whitley Strieber, amazing. Mark Sims, amazing. Last night, Peter Robbins, amazing. And you know what was weird for me is this. It was 3 nights of conversation, right? And it was, that was always, and we do that, every night. I get that, I understand, but my vision for the show has always been maybe I could just do these shows of the conversation and sitting in the dock, and that's what happened this week. That was 3 nights of dynamic conversation. I really enjoyed myself this week, and I watched everybody's reactions and their comments. Everybody felt the same way, but it was really cool. If I could capture that magic every single night on the show, I would really be happy. And we do, and I get that. We do. But, right? Wow, just an amazing week. And then to wrap it up with Fadernight tonight. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. The Sandbox is hashtag F2B right there. It's right in front of me. If you want to see that Matrix, that is really, look at all those likes. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Corey. Did you make it yourself, by the way? I got a comment on this. Did you do this? Can you send me the file? Can you do that? Huh? Yeah, that's pretty cool. That Matrix GIF is, that's smoking great. Oh, here's another. Corey, man, what's up? He's got them cranking tonight. All right. Yeah, these are good. Thank you, Corey. Yeah, you're the best. Absolutely the best. Is that Corey Feldman? And Corey Haim? Wow, man. He's lighting it up. Oh, today, before I get started here, I just want to say hi to Ken. Ken, I'm not going to, well, you've sort of gone public today and told everybody what you do. But Ken, well, let's just say Ken is involved. If he wants to say what he does and everything, that's up to him. But with a chicken and biscuits chain, and so he's posting, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh man, what? And he says they're opening one down here in Thousand Oaks in California. They're like in the South, basically. But anyway. And he's going to be out here for the grand opening of this new franchise in Thousand Oaks. So I'm going to meet Ken, and I'm going to eat for free, man. And so I'm looking at the menu. They got biscuits and gravy, biscuits. Yeah. Nashville hot chicken too as well. All just an excellent menu, Ken. And that was really cool. And thank you for that. Thank you for the invite. I can't wait to meet you. And that's what you got to do if you want to fade to black shirt and you want to fade to black hat. You got to open up a franchise with biscuits and gravy somewhere in California. That's what you got to do. Ken knows what's happening, and he's pulling that off. So there you go. Thank you for that, Ken. And there you go. Okay, so that's Ken. He's posting, I'm not worthy. All right, let's get straight to the breaking news. Disney has revealed pricing for its new Star Wars hotel. They did it today. And the cost to immerse yourself in a galaxy far, far away for a few days, actually 2, will not come cheap. Check this out. The Disney World Galactic Star Cruiser is essentially a cruise ship on land. Set in space, but it's on land with stratosphere pricing to go with that. The company says it's the most immersive Star Wars story ever created. Their words, not mine. And to partake in this adventure, $6,000 for 2 nights. $6,000 for 2 nights. Holy crap. There you go. Pictures look cool. $6,000. All right. I hope you're sitting down. Scientists have been able to revive 33 types of ancient viruses, which are thought to have been frozen in the ice in the Gulaya ice cap in the Tibetan Plateau 15,000 years ago. Of those, 28 were unknown to science. Now, this just sounds like a bad idea, and it gets worse. The viruses, which were found in an ice core collected back in 2015, were able to survive in the ice, that's right, for 15,000 years. However, the scientists claim that these viruses are unlikely to be harmful to humans, as their genetic makeup suggests that they would be more likely originating in soils or plants, not animals or humans. Not buying it. The findings were published in a peer-reviewed journal, Microbiome, last month. That is just stupid. Remastered photos show new images of the Apollo 15 mission at its 50th anniversary, just released. The photos were enhanced by author of Apollo Remastered, Andy Saunders. They show astronauts driving the lunar roving vehicle, the first car on the moon, and collecting lunar material. The photos also show views of the moon's surface. A couple of them, I was going to post them, the before and after. It's pretty incredible to see what was published and released to the public, and then the enhanced versions. I mean, literally night and day. They show astronauts Dave Scott, James Irwin, Jim Irwin, Alfred Worden, and everybody who entered orbit on the Apollo 15 mission back on July 29, 1971. I almost said allegedly. Scott and Irwin touched down on the moon, conducting 4 spacewalks over a total of 19 hours. They also collected 170 pounds of rock and soil samples, and Saunders has gone through 35,000 images. Now, how do you shoot 35,000 images in 19 hours? Right? I'm just saying. 35, do the math. Somebody do the math for me. I want a Fadernight right now. 19 hours, 35,000 pictures. How many pictures? 35,000. 60 seconds in a minute, right? Okay, so that's 60 by 60 in an hour. That's what? What's 60 by, is that 3,600? Right? Okay. All right. So did they shoot a picture per second every minute, every hour on the moon? Somebody do the math. I want to see. I didn't go back and do the math. Let me get straight to it. Let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today, bassist, one of the greats, Willie Weeks. Today is 74. Willie has literally played with everybody. It's a thousand. That's it. I have no time to list them all. Anybody that you can think of, Willie played for. Twisted Sister guitarist Eddie Fingers Ojeda today is 66 years old. And one of the greats, going back to the beginning of everything, guitarist Pat Smear is 62. Pat Smear was in the Germs. Think about that. Did one album, Darby Crash. He was also in Nirvana, and he is currently in the Foo Fighters. Happy birthday, Pat Smear. Our dead guy's birthday today, I need a moment of silence. Adam Yauch. 1964 to 2012, died at the age of 47. Adam, better known as MCA, was a founding member of the Beastie Boys. Adam formed the Beastie Boys with John Barry, Kate Schellenbach, and Mike Diamond. That's right, Mike D. They played their first show on his 17th birthday. In 2009, Adam was diagnosed with cancer, and at the time, he described it as very treatable. In his last will and testament, he left instructions that his music could not be used in advertising. 3 years after that diagnosis, MCA died on May 4th, 2012, at the age of 47. Happy birthday, MCA. On this day in history, OTD, 1962, Marilyn Monroe is found dead in her home in Los Angeles. She was discovered lying nude on her bed, face down, with a telephone in her hand. Wow. Fader fact. Okay, here you go. I got a good one today. They're all good. But today, this is your Fader fact. There was a paint called Mummy Brown, which was made up of ground up Egyptian mummies. It was popular from the 16th to the 19th centuries, all the way into the 20th century. The color was prized for its transparency and was used for painting shadows, glazing, and flesh tones. In the 20th century, the paint industry ran out of mummies. They did. They ran out of mummies. And mummy brown paint came to an end. Yes, today there are paintings made of dead people. And that is your Fader fact. That's nuts. That's nuts. Go ahead. Type it up. Post it out there on social media like it's your own. Go ahead and do it because it's that cool. That's your Fader fact. Tonight, Fade to Black is Fadernight. It is Thursday with open lines all night long. Your calls, your conversation. UFOs, conspiracy, time travel, the paranormal, the supernatural, history, pop culture, music, food, whatever. Fadernight is the greatest night in all of talk radio and all of the world. It is totally unscripted, uncensored, unscreened, and unfiltered. Oh, is that Mummy Brown? Is that it? Did you pull it up? Yes. How crazy. That's ground up Egyptian mummies. How crazy is that? You guys thought I was making it up. I'm telling you. That's crazy. Thank you for that, Kaz. Yes, I know, right? Right? 68,400 seconds. Thank you for that, Chuckles. And so what's the count then? Oh, so they took a picture every 2 seconds, 35,000 shots. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, but that just doesn't seem right. I mean, that's just like, didn't they have other? So what? Okay, so they're picking up rock samples. They're driving the lunar rover. You know, they're doing all of these things. You know, they're out there, right, hitting golf balls, whatever. So that means to make up time, they're shooting what? 10 shots a second? I'm just saying. All right. So here we are. We're in the middle of summer. Oh, let me hit this River Moon Coffee. Juanita and Jeff, you guys are the best. Thank you so much, River Moon Coffee. Best coffee in the world. Right there in that cup. Get yours. RiverMoonWellness.com. The links are over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Promo code F2BBLEND. 15% off of your order. I believe that promo code's still good. We've been using it. Man, how long have we been using that promo code? 5 years? River Moon Coffee. I still can't get over the fact that I can hold a bag of roasted beans with my picture on it. Yeah, somebody pinch me. Life is good. I posted a picture earlier today of an old friend of mine. He called me today and said, man, I just took this picture with the Fade to Black shirt. We went to go see Chicago. It's Randy Smiley. Oh, I've known him. I think I've known Randy. I was 14 when we met, so I'm 58 now. So that's 40, 45, 44 years ago. And I don't even think he was 10 years old. I'm thinking maybe he was 10, but he lived across the street, and that it got me thinking. It got me thinking of the old days, right? I started thinking about the old days, and in doing that, I thought, it's summer. It's summer, and I was thinking of, and I was gonna tell a Randy Smiley story, and then I actually backed up. Okay, so yeah, it's summertime. And I wanted to share a little summertime story. The year was 1974. I was 10. Hadn't turned 11 yet. Between 6th grade and 7th grade, summer vacation. On my way to junior high school, right? Okay, so picture that in your mind. A 10-year-old Jimmy Church. 10 and a half. Almost 11. On summer vacation, hanging out with my friends, a bunch of 11-year-olds. Each day was an adventure. Mini bikes, cornfields, the swimming pool, all that normal stuff. And one of the local kids in the neighborhood, a friend of mine, his name was Tommy, says to us, the guys, one morning as we gathered at his house planning our day, he says, "Hey, want to go and pick some pot plants?" I don't even know what pot is. I mean, I kind of did, but, this is a long time ago. It was a different world. Now, seriously, I barely knew what he was talking about. I mean, I've heard of marijuana, right? But Tommy says he knows where there are pot plants. Like real ones growing right now. So, what do? There was probably 4 of us, and we headed out. He says that they're in this patch of trees on the other side of this cornfield, in our neighborhood. So, we ride our bikes over there, and this is trails, and, we ride over there all the time. But the trails didn't go over near this clump of trees. The trails were in the field. Well, anyway, that doesn't matter. So I didn't really know if he was telling the truth or not, but you know what? Off we go. We ride over to the trails and to the cornfield. We drop our bikes and we start walking through the corn, and we come out on the other side, and there's this trail, right? And we follow Tommy on this trail into the woods, and right away to our left is like 2 or 3 pot plants in this little clearing. Clearly planted by somebody, right? This little open area. And he points at them, and we keep on walking, maybe 20 feet, and there it is again. 2 or 3 to our left. They're taller than me. I don't know. They're probably 5 feet tall. And we keep on walking and down the trail, and there's probably like 30 plants. Now, remember, all of us are like 11 or 12 years old. We have no idea what we're doing, but we see these plants, and Tommy says we need to get some trash bags. So we go back to his house, we get some bags, and we head back to the pot farm. And we go through everything. We run through, we pull all these plants out of the ground, we stuff them into these hefty bags, and we stash everything in Tommy's mom's garage. The next day, we're back at Tommy's. His mom's at work. And Tommy says that all we have to do is put these pot leaves in the oven and dry them out. And then we can smoke it, right? So I get tasked. I go up to the drugstore and I buy a corn cob bubble pipe that you blow bubbles with, but it's made out of corn cob. And I come back to Tommy's. I'm not old enough to, like buy a pipe. I don't know. There's no pot stores or anything. But I buy this corn cob pipe. And I come back, and they're pulling this cookie sheet out of the oven, with pot on it. And we grab our stash, and we head out to the garage. And so we stuff the pipe with these dried green leaves, and we light it up. And nothing happens. We don't know what to expect or anything, but we smoke, tastes like crap. Nothing happens. And that was it. That was it. We were done with it. You know, we had 4 hefty bags of worthless pot plants. Pretty much forgot about it, you know. And I think the next day we didn't want to get arrested. I think that was the thing. And we took these 4, bags, and we stuffed them in Tommy's trash cans out in front, threw it out. But that's not the end of the story. About a week later, maybe 2 weeks later, I'm sitting on the couch watching TV with my brothers. And my dad, in the middle of the summer, it's like Saturday, Sunday, my dad comes in after walking our dogs. And he unleashes the dogs, throws the leash down, and he stomps up the stairs. It's like, what? He's pissed. And he marches into his room, and closes the door. And my brothers and I look at my stepmom, and we're like, what's going on? And she says, your dad is really mad. Somebody pulled up all of his pot plants that he's been growing all summer. They're all gone. I was like, and I kind of turned back to the TV, and I'm just watching TV, and I just act like I don't even know what she says. And I never told my friends. In fact, I never told anybody ever until tonight. And that is my summertime story. It's true, too. Really happened. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Hope my dad's not listening. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. All right. Maybe your grandmother, your grandfather has got some mummy paint from an old paint kit from the 1800s. Think about that. Ground up Egyptian mummies. Tonight's Fader Night. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. I'll be right back.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. All I got to do is tell a pot story, and now the chat rooms are talking about weed. There's two different eras of weed. There's now and there's then. We're talking about two different things. Two different things. I can't even relate to what goes on today. I cannot relate. But thinking about that story, that summertime story, it was like Stand By Me. You know, it's just a bunch of kids just out goofing around, and and it's just a warm and fuzzy story. It's a great story, and it really happened. So there you go. All right. Everybody talking about weed. I'm looking at your gifts. I'm looking at your pictures. Yeah. Oh, man. And it was funny because we sat in Tommy's garage and smoked. I mean, it was just green. I might as well smoked, lawn. And, obviously nothing happened. And we were expecting our worlds to change. And nothing happened. We were like done. It was funny. The fascination with it lasted all of 24 hours, and we're like, well, that's and none of us were going to smoke it anymore. We were done, threw it away, and there you go. Yeah. We had no idea, nothing, no clue. 1974. All right, 747. 228-2051 747-228-2051. I am going to start getting to the calls now, and whatever you want to talk about. I'm not coughing because of weed. I'm coughing because there's something in my throat. I was totally thinking about the Stand By Me move. It was, yeah, and thank you for that, DJ. That's in Twitter. It was totally like Stand By Me, our bikes, walking through the. I'll never forget it, man. I'll never forget walking through the cornfields. Came out the other side, and like I said, there was this clump of trees, maybe whatever, a little chunk of woods on the other side of the cornfield, in between the two cornfields, but. The motorcycle trails and where we rode our bikes and mini bikes and motorcycles and things, that was away from that. We never went over because there was no trails in the there was a cornfield. Never went over there. And so that was like a whole new adventure, cutting through the cornfield and coming. How Tommy found them, I don't know. How he even knew what a pot plant was. I mean, when I looked at it, I was like, okay. And I kind of remember looking at the leaves, maybe saw something in Time Magazine or Furry Freak Brothers, whatever. But there it was, a pot plant. and yeah. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's get this night started.
Never went over.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry about that. I hate that when I forget to do that. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Rhea. How are you?
I'm doing good, Rhea. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's been one of the rougher weeks, but I come in full channel, and I've been recording tonight, and I recorded a video of the skies outside my little place in Loveland, and I did that one on FB, and then I did some pics on Twitter, and I've hashtagged them with all the F2B and F2BQ.
Okay, all right. Let me see what you got going on here. Let's see.
Cool.
When did you post them?
Well, I couldn't get YouTube to turn on, so I was like, I'll just go over here and I'll get some vids. So it was while you were doing your opening half an hour. So
I got it. I got it right here. Okay. Oh, they're pictures, not video. Right.
Well, the pictures are on Twitter, and then Facebook, there's video.
Okay, well, Facebook's too hard for me to get to. Okay, but all right. So what's on your mind tonight? What's going on?
Well, I just at this point in my day, when the channel was taken over, it's like I'll become the woman of 1,000 voices, and there's just like a coalescing of consciousness around like certain points in time. And so my guides have said, okay, you're going on the radio tonight. Give it a call.
Right.
Wasn't. And so I have become the woman of 1,000 voices. I am the oracle that was proclaimed. So very, very, very long ago that we forgot it, and luckily it's on the history books, And what my avatar has to offer the world is kind of like the facts about like the grand scheme of things, and it's a lot more fun than it might sort of appear in here and feel in here, because when you think about the types of video games we play here, and, just the type of art that we like, and the kind of movies that we make, and the music that we make that makes us feel certain things that for some would, in some moments, terror inspire, while in others, inspiration. But that intensity we come here for. And so the problem is, it really works. And so we get really like what would be called caught up in the drama. But there's just some wonderful people putting out simple truths, and if everybody would just really pay attention to Nassim and the Resonance Science School, just go right over there and sign up. There's a lovely, lovely woman, and her name is Jo Dunning. And many decades ago, she popped my pineal, and she'll pop yours too, if that's what you want. If you want to have the Aquarian Age experience of seeing all the stuff that's actually around you, because you're swimming in a sea of consciousness, and that's the full disclosure, is your aunties and your uncles on every wall around you. And when you start to see, you're going to be like, oh my God, no way. And it's just, they're just standing there and they're just like, we're right here. Do-do-do. And they do that like with their energy towards us until one by one, each of us wakes up to the simple fact that we're inside of a video game. Anything that is tyrannical outside of us is falseness, the same as anything beautiful is false, because it's not the real dealsy.
Do you communicate this way with your friends?
Yeah, the path of developing the avatar, I pretty much drive anyone around me crazy, because this information, like, I'm coming to you as like a fairly perfected moment right now. It was crunchy the last time, but I gave them the look and they sorted it out. But I've been working my tuchus off, and I shared the Mount Vesuvius thing, and I was just thinking about that tonight. That happened. That wasn't like some kind of fantasy I made up. I told friends about that. I always could tell who could be my friend or not by who could hang with those stories.
Right. And so, have some friends been able to hang?
Yes. And also, I, as an avatar, because the path that I got here, which I don't promote in any way, was I met someone and he was addicted to a drug and I got addicted. And it was when spice wasn't being talked about.
Okay.
And there were, this will sound paranoid, but there were companies that were trying to figure out, what can we do with this chemical that we created? And we were trying to make fake pot. The farms got together and they're like, let's beat weed by just making a good pill that'll, knock it out. And so they come across a compound that was already having been used for a long time to make what's called swag weed. You know the crap?
No, I don't. I honestly, I think I've read about it, but continue. I really know very little about it.
It's like those bad drug deals that they would put on TV and say, oh, you bought, celery root with something sprayed on it. And that something sprayed on it is a chemical that is used in making newspapers.
Oh.
And it originated in the Orient. And it was derived from the Black Hmong region.
Okay.
And it's Black Hmong Inc. And there was also another group, the Red Hmong. And this is an ancient war between the black and the red. Okay. Is these two chemicals. And the red is like what you have in those Komodo dragon. Oh, yeah, very bad. That's a red. They put it in them and it makes them crazy, and then they go crazy. And then they just kill like perfect. And so they take that and then they put it into the human, like in the X-Men movie. It's very, very factual. Yes. Sorry, we get off on tangents because we have much to share. But
are you saying? I want to understand. Are you saying that this chemical is what affected your pineal gland?
It affected my frontal lobe.
Right.
And sparked up a different area of my frontal lobe. And it was very shortly after I started to do it. The reason why I got addicted to it, me personally, was that my channeling went from one place to another, and suddenly I was in a room with a bunch of other people that were like going, hey, you made it to the next level. Let's begin your teachings. All right. And it's just like that. You realize, holy crap, I'm inside of a puzzle. We're all in a puzzle. And it's like that movie Inception, where you got to find the realm that's upright. And it doesn't mean being righteous. You find the upright realm because you are physically the person you don't perceive yourself to be, but where your consciousness is emanating from in I amness, is a being which is hung upside down from its normal manner of self-perception. And so we're... Yeah.
Well, but so this, I guess you were smoking it. I don't know, but you went through that phase, and you don't. I don't know when that was, but you don't do that now. Everything now is just opened up.
Yes, and it continues to open up every day, and I have some really, really nasty days when there's elements around me that there's just no protection for, and but you learn to figure out that that's false, and then you move through each experience and gain control of what's happening. And but I guess
Mm-hmm. And how long has it been since you smoked it?
Yes, so in end of May of 2019, I found a hit. And I was like, what? And I'm sure it's recorded because I recorded every minute of it. And when I was done, I was so grateful. And my mother, beautiful woman, because I really just, I just went through the cuckoo tunnel, and I was with this guy who just treated me bad, man. Whew, nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Nasty business.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom finally came and visited me, kind of thing, and she felt so bad for not having come before. But everything, when you go through some things and you come out at a certain moment, you just kind of realize, like, I feel some kind of logical pattern in what's, in my life. And it's not only taking responsibility for like small details, but the grand choices that we make, when we're young and we're shaping our lives with our bold visions of what could be ahead. We don't understand how things that have hurt us might taint an energy lasso sent out to the future, to create our better yet to be. We might sometimes seem to fall back. But when the original intention, for example, I took the cry-on vow when the book was originally written.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, do you vow when the shit hits the fan, when the poopy hits the doopy,
mm-hmm.
do you vow to be there? And, buddy, I'll tell you, everybody was touting this. The event is coming. It's 2018. They were like, the event, it's happening. And I was like, what is this jive, this mumbo jumbo over here? Like, oh, that's the point. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And then I remembered on Valentine's Day of 2012, my friend Michael, who I since named Zeus, poor guy. My friend Michael called me up. He's like, okay, it's the Grand Junction. This happens like every 26,000 years. This is what's going on, And then he's like, oh, no shit. I keep saying that. I'm sorry. He says, that song, When the Moon is in the Seventh House, that one?
Yes.
The Dawning of the Age,
mm-hmm.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes through all of the words, and he's like, that's today, that's today, that's today, that's today, and that's today. And he's just like, boom, I just proved it. And nobody was talking about it. It was so weird. I share that one all the time. And on that day in our conversation, he's like, when do you think we're going to have disclosure? And I was like, 2021. It has to be, because 2012, we're all going to die, right? That's the in quotes, right? We're all going to face some death. Solstice of 2012, like the Mayan calendar really did say, and it happened for us that we went through a solar flash. But before that, in Valentine's Day, which happened to be the Lunar New Year, we ran into what's called a shimmer in space. And it's really just like a really much larger body than us. and it's like kind of, I don't know, like intersecting a kidney, or I don't know, going through lung tissue. But we hit this shimmer, and it's on the other side of it is another being, like I'm a being and you're a being, and we're in a relationship with this shimmer, and it protected us from the actual solar flash. And this is why David Wilcock was, in quotes, wrong. He was actually correct back then, and he's been in trouble for a little while, which is sidebar.
Right. Wow. What a great call, Rhea. Thank you for starting the show
Woo-hoo!
off. Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome, faders. Much love, blessings. Be well and love each other.
Thank you so much, Rhea. Behave and be well, and enjoy your weekend.
Okay. Thanks, you too.
Thank you, Rhea.
Bye, Pickle.
Right on. What a great call. Thank you, Rhea. And very interesting, the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension. She brought in the dawning of the age of Aquarius. And that song means a lot to me. And going back to that, I remember 1969, when that was a big, huge hit. And I used to listen to that over and over and over again. And that song meant so much to me. And I listen to it to this day. But it's funny how they broke down the words. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Thank you for that, Rhea. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember me. This is Brent from Bakersfield.
Okay, Brent from Bakersfield. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing awesome, man. We talked a while back. Okay. I was the one that was able to communicate with Art Bell.
Okay. Well,
do you remember that?
I'd be lying if I said I did, Brent. But let's continue. Okay.
Well, I have been blessed with many gifts by God, and audio clairvoyance is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how Art Bell and I have connected. He suffered a lot before he died, and he's not, I'm guessing he's probably about a 60% Art Bell compared to when he was, doing his show and doing things.
Are you saying that you've been in communication with Art since he passed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right. Okay. So, what's he got to say these days?
Well, he hasn't been talking a whole lot. He is still trying to get adjusted, I think. He's, like I said, he's about 60% of what he used to have. And I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous right now.
That's okay, but we've got about 3 minutes before the break, Brent. So no pressure.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. Well, I had another story I was wanting to get in, but it's going to take a little bit longer than 3 minutes, so I'll just concentrate on Art, I guess.
Okay.
Art is, for all intents and purposes, he's doing good. I'm looking to start up a YouTube channel, actually, with him. He has agreed to answer some questions. I noticed a couple of nights ago on the chat room that Art Bell is still highly spoken well of, and he appreciates that. I asked him if he was reading what was going on in there. I'm actually a member in there. I'm BMW Rules.
Okay.
And he is, like I said, he's agreed to do this YouTube channel thing. I got to figure out how I'm going to pull it off and get it going, but it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
So Art is going to be your co-host, right?
No, I'm going to be Art's co-host. I'm going to be running interference for him. Obviously he can't speak to you guys, but he's going to be answering whatever questions come up in the comments. Again, it's still kind of tentative, and we've got to get things all worked out, but I'm looking forward to it.
Wow. Is he excited to get back on the air? I mean, I think this is cool.
Well, see, that's one thing about him. He is still, like I said, getting adjusted. And no, he's not getting excited the way that I thought he would be. I think as time goes on and we get closer to getting this thing actually going, I'm hoping that he will be much more so excited. I'm looking forward to, just getting a chance to be able to pull this off. It ought to be quite a hoot.
Well, keep me out of the conversation. He was pretty upset with me when I went over to Coast. He was not too happy, and I think over time he kind of forgot about it, and then it just life did what it did. But he wasn't too happy with Mr. Church. So
I'll be darned.
Yeah, I'll just kind of leave it at that.
I think a lot of what got damaged between his actual passing away and whatever, I'm not even sure what illness he went through towards the end, but I think his memory took quite a hit. It's I'm hoping that as time goes on, he gets more adjusted and gets back into the groove of things. And
so you're saying that maybe he forgot my name? That would be cool. Keep me out of it.
It's quite possible. It's quite possible.
Well, keep us posted, Brent, and when you get the channel launched, and I'll check it out, and
all right.
we'll see how this shakes out, man. Good luck.
Okay.
I think it's a great idea. You never know. You just never know.
I am looking forward to hearing what the rest of the Fadernauts have to say tonight. So thank you, Jimmy, for everything you're doing for us, man. It's greatly appreciated, I can tell you.
Yeah, thank you, Brent. And, you can test the waters and just go, hey, Art Church says hello, and see how he reacts. And I'll talk to you soon, Brent. Have a great weekend, my friend.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Yeah, right on. Art Bell co-hosting a YouTube channel. Well, that doesn't suck. That's going to be cool. So with that, I've got to, am I here? I'm here. I think I'm there. I'm losing track of my commercial breaks. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's open lines. It is Thursday night, Fadernight. 747-228-2051. It's your calls, your conversation. Everything is always on the table. On the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network. KGRADB.com.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer. Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roasted to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
Hello, I'm Katie and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA digital broadcast station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're also Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight's Fadernight. Thursday night, 747-228-2051. Got a full rack of calls in front of me. I'll get to everybody. I promise. 747-228-2051. All right. Art Bell YouTube channel. Yeah, with, what was it? BMW? Brent. Oh, I guess that's his initials. I was thinking of the German sports car. All right. Yeah, Jimmy's reading the chat. I am. I'm just letting you know. I'm reading the chat. I am. I'm lurking. I'm in the background. And yeah, TweetDeck is rocking tonight too as well. And I'm going to say this right now. Meow, you have got the best gifts. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Deb.
From Sacramento.
Deb from Sacramento. Welcome to the show, Deb.
Well, thank you. You know, as a first-time caller, I'm honored that you pulled me in at number 3.
We love first-time callers
Very
here.
fun.
Yeah.
I know you do. Well,
Okay,
you had me on live again.
So
You had me on
Sacramento.
live again the whole time.
Sacramento?
Yeah,
You said Sacramento?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. So you had me live again, Jimmy. The whole time I could hear you in the bunker doing your thing. The only thing I heard you doing is what I do. You want to cough, clear out your throat, get the pipes clear so that you sound great on the air. I didn't hear you, again, do anything nefarious or crazy or anything. But I don't know what button you keep putting me on, but anyway.
Okay, is there something on in the background? I hear something. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
wait.
Okay, all right.
Hold on. I've got to let me turn that off. I've got to turn the volume on here. So we're going to have you been studying your trivia? Your movie trivia?
I don't need to study movie trivia.
And we know that. And that's fabulous because I have my list ready for you. Okay?
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. And it's a top 10 list. Now, the first one, it's from Eyes Wide Shut, actually, but it's a musical question. Because the most annoying thing about that movie to my friend when we saw it live in the theater is he almost walked out 5 times because he couldn't stand that music that kept playing. Now, that music that they played was only played with 3 notes, and it was only played in 3 octaves. And so I want to play you an audio clip of it really quick so that you can hear it. And what I want you to do is identify these notes.
Okay.
There's going to be 2 quick clips. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get my volume all the way up here. And let me do this. Oh, we got to skip the commercial there because I've got it on YouTube. There we go. Okay, so
it's a good thing, Deb.
Listen to this. Almost done. Okay, that's about as long as and annoying as we need to get. What are those notes? There's only 3 of them.
Yep, those notes are F and
Continue.
G. Okay, and the
There's
first
one more.
one. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say you can cheat and grab your guitar. I was going to say you go ahead and do that.
It's just F and G and an octave.
Well, there's F sharp, and G.
Yes. See? I know my stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
I know you do. Okay, next question. Let me get into my list here really, really quick. Okay. So,
You know what was really cool? If you were watching that on the air, you saw me grab those notes immediately. I didn't even have to search for them. And they saw that live on the air. Just like that. Bam!
Yeah.
Bam! Okay.
Good. I'm glad that you did that. Now, before we go into the questions, I do want to preface something. I just want to clarify, back when I first asked you the question the night about the 10 Commandments, and you said you got to get up pretty early in the morning to do trivia with Jimmy Church, Deb. And I said, well, we could do trivia one night. And you gave me this smirk and this laugh like, yeah, sure you could. So initially, you issued this challenge, and that's why I issued it back.
Okay.
And then in my defense, I just want to say real quick, the reason that I'm so adept in musicals is because it isn't that I sit around watching musicals nowadays. I don't. But growing up, my mom always had them on. She had on all the musicals, plus all the Elvis films, which is why I love Elvis so much. And so in my defense, because I've gotten a lot of heat for that, plus in high school I was in all the musicals. I did Civic Light Opera with the city of San Jose. And so that's why I'm so adept in musicals, okay? But my idea these days of fun is a Skywatch, which I still haven't done, or a Dave Chappelle concert. That's my idea of fun. Not sitting around, in my defense, watching movie musicals because people thought I was a freak. Okay. So moving on.
Okay. Yeah, at
First
the end of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. They're standing on the beach. What does the crowd yell? They yell.
Well, wait, I was gonna.
They yell on with it. Let's go. All right. Okay.
Moving forward. Number 1, 2-part question. Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz. Who was the original Tin Man that they cast? What actor, and why was he replaced?
Oh, come on, Deb. Oh, I don't know. Why was he replaced? The original Tin Man? Because he was allergic to the metallic paint.
And who was the original actor?
Oh, I can't remember, but I got half of it right. You got to get up early.
Yes, you did.
You got to get up early.
Wait a minute. No, half doesn't count. Who was he replaced with?
He was replaced with homeboy from the Beverly Hillbillies, Jed Clampett.
No, Buddy was the original. He was the original.
Oh, yeah.
He was replaced because of the aluminum. You're almost there.
See?
Now, who was he replaced with?
See? You got to get up early, Deb. Okay, next question.
No. Who was he replaced with?
I don't know. I don't know, but I already feel pretty good. Okay, next question.
Okay. Next question, still Wizard of Oz. MGM originally wanted another actress to play Dorothy, but because of her contract with 20th Century Fox, they wouldn't let her go. Who was it?
What's her name? The ambassador to the United Nations. I can't remember her name.
You got to give me a name. Come on.
I can't. I'm not going to Google. I'm not going to.
What's the opposite of white? What's the opposite of white?
Dark.
Come on, it's part of your show.
Black.
Okay, now give me her name.
I just told you. She was the ambassador to the United Nations.
Shirley Temple.
Yeah, Shirley Temple.
Okay.
See, who you got to get up early. Okay, so right now, hold on. Right now, it's Jimmy 3, Deb 0. Let me mark this down. 1, 2, 3.
Hardly.
Okay.
Hardly.
Okay.
That's what I love. We have witnesses to all this.
I'm going to defer this to the Fadernauts, and I'm going to say they're going to say it's 3-0. Okay, next one.
Yeah. Okay. Now we last talked about Mary Poppins, and this is not a musical question. You mentioned that you absolutely love dance scenes, and so what is the dance scene that is built around the character of Dick Van Dyke? Where is it? Who does it? And what's the name of the song?
You're cheating. You got musical trivia in on this when there was supposed to be
Forget the name of the song. It's built around his character, Dick Van Dyke.
Okay,
what's
Deb,
the scene? What's the dance scene?
Deb, 00, not 2. Okay,
you're not going to answer?
No, I can't answer that. Okay, next.
What's the dance scene from Mary Poppins? You don't know?
Deb, let's get to the good stuff. Next question. Come on, we're on limited time here.
Good stuff.
Okay, next question.
But that was a chimney sweeps called "Step in Time," dancing all over the rooftops for Dick Van Dyke.
That's right. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
but you didn't.
Okay,
moving on. The original Poseidon Adventure. Okay, who was the producer?
The original. He did Earthquake 2 as well.
And Towering Inferno. Come on,
and Towering Inferno. Okay, get to the part 2. I'll remember this. I'm not Googling anything.
Okay. No, please don't. Okay, part 2 of this is the Maureen McCormick sang the song The Morning After, but what actress in the movie sang the song?
Oh man. Man, I can see her too. I can see her.
I know. She used to be on the Love Boat a lot too.
Yeah, I can see her. But Irwin, that's the producer. Irwin
Allen.
Allen. See, Matt. Okay, hold on. That's another one for Jimmy. Right there. Irwin Allen.
I like your scoring system. It's quite interesting. And who's the actress that did the song?
I can see her. No, I don't know.
I know.
I'm going to give you that one.
Okay.
That one's
who's
official.
Carol Lindley?
I'm going to give you that one. Okay, so it's 1-4, 4-1. Next question.
Yeah, right. It was Jimmy. Her name was Carol Lindley.
Okay. Next.
Okay. Footloose with Kevin Bacon. Was that movie based on a real life story?
See, another musical. You're wiggling all this stuff in.
No. Nobody sings in that.
What are you going to do next?
Are we going to do all dancing?
Are we going to do Dirty Dancing next?
No.
There's no Dirty Dancing on this.
Footloose is not technically a musical. There's no singing.
And Grease. We're going to do Grease too. I can feel it.
Okay,
Grease.
so you're just totally pivoting here. You obviously don't know the answer to this question.
Okay, no, I don't even remember the question. What was the question?
Question was the movie based on a real life story?
Footloose?
Yes.
Well, I got it's 50-50. Yes, it was.
Okay. You want me to tell you?
Okay, so it was. Okay. So that's Jimmy 5, Deb 1. Next question. Come on, let's go.
So,
okay,
well, I want
Deb
to finish
is pissed.
Elmore City, Oklahoma was where it was really based. And in the final...
Oklahoma!
Yes, and in the final dance scene, they used 200 pounds of glitter to do that scene, final dance scene.
That's right.
Okay, moving on. Shawshank Redemption. Okay?
Sure.
That was based on a short story by who?
Shawshank Redemption?
Yep.
Is this movie trivia? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
It was based on a short story written by who? You should know this, honey. Come on.
Should? Okay, I don't know. Here, I'll give you this one.
It was Stephen King, and he was paid, and this was going to be another question, but if you don't even know that part, he was paid $5,000 for the rights to do the movie. He never cashed the check. He mailed it back to the director, Frank Durapont, who framed it and put it on his wall.
Oh,
so he basically gave them the rights to Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, that's good. That's solid. 5-2. Okay, next.
Yeah. Well, wait, did you see Shawshank Redemption?
I think I did.
Oh, forget it.
No, go ahead.
On.
Go ahead. No,
I was going to say the guys that kept stalking Andy Dufresne. What was their nickname? What did they call those three guys?
The guys that were stalking into the frame?
Yeah, assaulting him. No, the guys that were stalking Andy Dufresne. You know, Tim Robbins, his character. They were stalking him and raping him and abusing him. They called themselves. Their little group was called something. Do you remember?
Oh no, I don't.
They called themselves the Sisters.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that.
This one is Contact. Now, I've probably watched this more than you have, okay? But I expect you to know this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What I love about this movie is the dynamic in the relationship between the skeptical scientist and the person of faith, which brings me to one of my favorite scenes when they're at the White House out on the balcony and they're talking, and she's explaining to him, Ellie's talking about Occam's razor, and she's saying, I don't know, for me, I just need proof. What does he say to her next?
Oh, about the proof? Well, they kiss.
No, they don't kiss for a long time. When they're out on the balcony and they're all dressed up, he's in his tux and everything, she's talking about she goes, I don't know, for me, I just need proof. And he says, proof. And then he asks her a question. What does he ask her?
Oh, I don't know. What does he ask her?
Jenny, he says, did you love your father? And she says, yes, very much. And he says, prove it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll buy into that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Now, my favorite comedian on the whole planet is Dave Chappelle, so I had to honor him with a question. In the movie, The Nutty Professor, a lot of people didn't recognize him, but Dave Chappelle played this comedian named Reggie, who completely humiliated the Nutty Professor. But his alter ego, Buddy Love, shows up, and he's in this, comedy club with Jada Pinkett Smith. And the scene is that, he's up there, Dave Chappelle's up there, Reggie, and he's doing his jokes and everything, and Buddy Love chimes in, and he starts one-upping him. What does he do to, shut Reggie down?
I never saw The Nutty Professor. That's with Eddie Murphy?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, that was
one of his first roles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love Dave Chappelle, love Eddie Murphy, but that was a big pass for me. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the situation. If you told me you hadn't seen a particular movie, I have an alternate sitcom question for you, and I think you'll know this from the Brady Bunch. When the kids audition for a variety show as a musical group, what's the name of their group, and why do they call it that?
Oh, and the song was when it's time to change, you've got to rearrange.
No. That's the episode where Peter's voice changed.
Yes.
The song was Sunshiny Day and Gotta Keep On Moving All Through the Night.
Gotta keep on moving.
What was the name of the group? Yeah, but what was the name of the group and why?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. What was the name of the group?
They called it the Silver Platters because they wanted to buy Mike and Carol a silver platter for their anniversary.
That's
remember?
right. Oh, man, that was excellent. Thank you. But the final score, Jimmy 5.
Just give me a break.
Jimmy 5, Deb 4.
You're okay. Well, hopefully we're going to tie it right here. In 1976 version of Star is Born, who did Barbra Streisand want to play the role of John Norman Howard? She had only one choice. Who was it?
Chris Christopherson.
He got the part. That wasn't her first choice.
Oh, it wasn't her first choice?
You're going to love this.
Her first
You want one more guess?
Kenny Loggins.
Okay, no. Her first choice, this was in 1970. Well, the movie came out in 76. It was before 76. It was Elvis. She went to Vegas to see him personally. She offered him the role. He desperately wanted to do it, but Colonel Tom Parker blocked it because he wanted Elvis to have top billing. He asked for too much money. Parker did. And he said, well, Elvis hasn't done a film since 1969, so he squashed the whole thing. Now, think about the implications. If Elvis had gotten that role, his whole life might have changed because she wanted him to lose weight.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
He'd still be alive.
So that's bittersweet.
Deb,
hopefully, but that's...
Deb, thank you. This was a lot of fun.
We're done.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have any questions for me?
No, I don't. And I've got
Kubrick.
20 calls on hold. I've got to get to. See, they're hanging up. They're hanging up. They're literally hanging up. So, Deb, thank you.
Literally. Okay.
Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. We got to do it again.
Let's do Kubrick another night because now I'm really studied.
Enjoy your weekend.
Okay, Jimmy.
Thank you, Deb.
Go Beckley Chappie.
Right on.
Bye.
It's time to fade to black. Thank you, Deb. And wow, that was a lot of fun. That was pretty cool. That was more fun than I thought it would be. But final score 5-4. 5-4. Well, I guess it was tied. If I give Deb the Star is Born, I didn't know that about Elvis. I did not know that about Elvis. But I don't cheat. I'm not going to. Defer to Google. Plus, the other thing is that makes it difficult. I'm on camera. So that's it. That's it. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Pat. What's up, man?
Hey, Pat, how are you?
Doing pretty good, man.
What's cracking?
I just called up because as soon as you started bringing up the pot story, man, it reminded me of one of mine.
You pulled up your dad's pot plants when you were 10?
No. Wasn't even like that.
Okay. Well, give me your pot story.
All right, man. So, go over to Buddy's house. We're over there, had a barrel. We're all drinking, pretty drunk. Two guys. They came to the party, okay? We didn't know who they was. They come in the door because it was open, everybody paid. You know how it was back in the day, man. You made money that way. But anyway... So these guys come in with these black trash bags. And we're like, what the hell is this? It's like, dude, look what I got, man. We just pulled these. And, man, there was still dirt on the bottom. So, anyway, he pulls all these plants out, little bitty plants and stuff. We were pretty toasted at the time. So we're like, oh, man, we'll do this, man. We'll chop it up. And anyway, that wasn't going to work because it was too green. So our brilliant idea, being really lit, was, hey, we got brownie mix. So we made a whole lot of brownies. Mind you, we were drunk.
Right.
We cooked all them brownies, ate them. I took a tray home. We thought everything was great. Next morning I wake up, open the fridge, grabbed a cup of milk and was like, oh, this is going to be great for a hangover. Grabbed them out. Mind you, when I went to bed, they looked good. Pulled them out of the refrigerator, man, put them on the counter. And I don't think we used much brownie mix, just enough to hold it together. Needless to say, I ate them.
And,
dude, I did not get a buzz at all. But I will tell you what I got. After I ate those, dude, I spent quite a little bit of time in the bathroom. I was tossing up everything.
Oh, man. I knew where this was going, Pat. I knew where this was going.
Hey, as soon as you said pulling up the plants, man, that brought me back to that, and I was like, oh, my God.
It was many years ago, probably 15 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Decided to make some brownies, and I don't smoke, I don't mess around, I don't edible, I don't do anything, and so we do what we think is right, and we melt a bunch of butter, throw these ginormous buds, we cut everything up, threw it in the thing, and made this butter, stirred that into the brownie mix. And made these brownies. All right, so I decide to have one. And I hadn't smoked or done anything for probably up to that, probably 10 years. It'd been a long time. And I eat this brownie. And Pat, I was high for a week.
Nice.
I was high for a week. I was waking up in the morning the next day like, man, it's not over, right? It was like, man,
dude, that's awesome, man.
And I remember, man, all day, I was like, man, I'm not right. And I woke up the next day, man, I'm like, I'm still Twilight Zone. And I wasn't right, man. I wasn't right for like a week. And that's why I don't mess around anymore. My tolerance is gone. And everything today is just too strong. It's too strong. And so you go and you mess around today where you've got zero I mean, that's it. I don't have any power against it. And that's it. I'm scared. Pat, I got to take a break here, man. Thank you for the phone call and thank you for the story. That's awesome.
All right, dude.
Have a great night. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Where am I? I think I'm right here. It's Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. If you're listening to my voice and you get put on hold, that's what's happening. You got to go listen to music. That's right. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. This is Jimmy Church, and I invite you to attend the 20th Annual Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo live and in person this September 17th, 18th, and 19th at the LAX Airport Hilton. Connect with exhibitors, community, thought leaders, and friends as we begin to recreate the world. You can also watch the expo from the comfort of your own home. Live stream from the main stage in Los Angeles and from the main stage in London. Truly a global simulcast event broadcast around the world. Live stream and in-person expo tickets are available now. I'll be your host all weekend long from Los Angeles. And on Friday, it's my Ancient Secrets and Earth Mysteries themed segment with James Keenan, Caroline Corey, and William Henry. And on Saturday, Daniel Sheen and I sit down for a one-on-one interview live. We have an amazing lineup of 25 speakers, including Bashar, Gail Thackeray, Kimberly Meredith, Whitley Strieber, Stephen Bassett, Daniel Brinkley, and Lisa Garr. Please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com for tickets and info. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com and use that promo code Jimmy for a special discount. Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. If you're on hold, stay right there. I will be getting back to the calls in just a second. Obviously, this has turned into the pot show tonight here on Fade to Black. And I'm reminded of, I'm going to share another summer story. I'm down in Panama, and I'm 15. I'm coming back for summer vacation to Indianapolis. And I'm trying to think of a way to smuggle some weed from Panama back to the United States. And I come up with this crazy idea that I'm going to get Right Guard, which was, I don't even think they make it anymore. It's a deodorant. It's in a can. And I got a big Right Guard can. I'm going to empty the Right Guard can. I'm going to cut the bottom off of it. And I'm going to stuff it full of weed and then super glue the bottom back onto the Right Guard can. That's my plan. So the first thing I found out that emptying a Right Guard can takes forever. So I go out to the golf course at night and I'm sitting there holding this Right Guard can for hours. That takes me a couple of weeks, but eventually I empty the Right Guard can.
and the golf course smelled really good. So anyway, then I take this hacksaw, I cut the bottom, finally cut the bottom off of it. And long story short, whatever, like an ounce of weed, and I tape it up and rebag it, tape it up, and I stuff it back into the thing, and I super glue the bottom of the can. Put it in my luggage. Now I go to Howard Air Force Base, where I am taking a military air command called a MAC flight back to Miami, Florida. And I'm there, and I go, my parents don't know, this is my big secret, and I've got the Right Guard can in my luggage, and I go out. And so anyway, this is what happens. This was the crazy thing. I don't think about drug sniffing dogs. Nope. So we go out, and they have us line up, the military police, the Air Force police, have us line up our luggage inside this building, and they tell us, they say, okay, open up your luggage and step back, but stand in front of it. I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I unzip my luggage, I flip it open, and I step back like everybody else, and there's probably 200 people, 100 people, 200 people. And anyway, I step back, and they bring in like a fleet of dogs, right? And German Shepherds. There's like 10 of them. I'm like, oh, wow. What are they? And they start down on that end, and they're sniffing the luggage. And they get like 3 bags in, and I'm watching, and this dog alerts the thing, and they pull the luggage down, and they grab this guy, and he's off into a room, and I'm like, oh, crap. And I'm just watching this, and they're coming down. They're coming down. Now they're in front of me. Dog goes up, and he's sniffing in my luggage, and doesn't do nothing. They keep going. Now, behind my luggage, and I'm like, whew. And behind my luggage is this dude in the Air Force, and he comes up, and he's going through my stuff, and he takes out the Right Guard can, and he opens up the top, and he looks at it, and he puts the top back on it, puts it in my luggage, and steps away. And I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. I have no idea how close I came to some really bad times. And he closes it. I zip it back up, and I fly to friggin' Miami. And that was it. And that I remember this is a military air flight. I don't think, my memory is, I didn't even go through customs. Like, it was weird. We land in Miami and walk out. That was it. I had my passport, and nothing happened. And I take the connecting flight to Indianapolis. I get my luggage, and I go back to my parents' house, and I'm thinking the whole time, I got away with this. And we get to, my mom is talking about, and I'm just thinking about the Right Guard can. And she's like, we're going to have a great time this summer. It's going to be great. And I was like, man, the Right Guard can. And I get back to I get into my bedroom, unzip my thing, and I pop the bottom off, and it's there. I'm like, it's going to be a great summer vacation. There you go. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Earl in Washington.
This is who?
This is Earl in Washington. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I barely heard you. Okay, so it's Earl in Washington. All right. How you doing, Earl? What's on your mind tonight?
Hey, so I want to refer back to Mark Sims. He talked about that experience that was totally stellar after working with Dr. Greer. But I want to express the fact that I can attest to the fact that, like, he got touched and then got totally embodied by another being. I can attest to the experience of, I was sitting in a circle with Dr. Greer and 24 people, and I had an extraterrestrial literally touch my right arm, and I've never told anybody this, but I'm telling it now because of why I heard that story. My right arm, he said, they might tap you on the shoulder, they might whisper in your ear, but this extraterrestrial literally took a finger and moved it through my right forearm, down in, through the forearm, and right out again. And I'm not, I swear, I've talked to you before, and I told you that we talked on Christmas Eve, that I've done this, and that, that happened. Like, and I'm telling this to you, I'm telling this to your audience, because my God, like what he said in his story, and like that, that experience happened, the event or the retreat.
This was in 2014.
No, 2012.
Oh,
he was what, October 2012?
Oh,
his event, or November?
Yeah, November.
No, it was November.
Right.
Okay, mine was August.
Okay.
I was in Mount Shasta. When this happened. And so, oh my God, like it's so, like, I'm sorry, I'm like.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Did you see anything in the sky?
Oh, we saw a lot of things. Within the first 15 minutes, Dr. Greer pointed his laser towards the sky. There's the Big Dipper, but the dipper part of the Big Dipper, the ladle part, you know, like you see the stars.
Right.
There was a fucking light.
No cussing. No cussing, girl.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, keep it clean. Kids are listening.
My bad.
Okay, so in the inside of the dipper part of the Big Dipper, did something flash?
No. Above the dipper, turning it into basically like a pentagram or a star. There was a star or a light, a super bright light above, like the open end of the top of the dipper. If you follow.
Yeah, I do. I've got my own big...
And it was there.
Yeah.
This was like the first night, the first 15 minutes. And he's, what's that? And we all look up, and as soon as we all, as far as I could tell, as soon as we all trained our attention on it, it moved to the right very slowly, and then it just zipped into space, like it spun around to the reverse of it and was gone.
Mm-hmm.
It was so amazing. I mean, and that's just the beginning of it.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
I've done it so many times, Earl, so many times, and it's great when it happens. I have my own little Big Dipper story, which is we were up, and this was with Steve Murillo. We're up in Washington. Oh, well, I bring up Steve because Steve was next to me with his wife, Pat, and, we had our night vision goggles. But the Big Dippers, it's right here. It's right in front of us, and it's up there. And inside of the Dipper, right in the middle of it, is this freaking thing. And you couldn't see it with the naked eye. You could see the Big Dipper. But then inside of the Big Dipper, this thing would just go whoop, whoop, and would be gone. But it lasted... I'm serious. Murillo and I must have watched this for an hour, and looking at it with the night vision goggles, and it wasn't there. It wasn't there. Even with the night vision goggles, it would only flash, boom, and it was a big flash, and we almost got bored with it. Then it stopped after about an hour. But, we're looking at other stuff, and I could go back to the Big Dipper and just kind of look, naked eye, just right there, bloop, bloop, and then gone. So whatever, I don't know if it was a satellite that was in position, and I was kind of picturing maybe it was a satellite that was turning and it was, being adjusted, and maybe something was reflecting off of it, or it was something else. I don't know. But it didn't move inside of the Big Dipper. It stayed right there, and Murillo, Steve, his wife Pat, and I sat there for a good hour. It was just incredible. So I thought you were going to go there, Earl. Earl, enjoy the rest of your night and weekend, my friend. Thank you for the phone call.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That call, that conversation with Mark Sims was incredible. And if you missed it, I would advise everybody to go and check it out. It was 2 nights ago on Tuesday night. Absolutely incredible. And you can go to makingcontact.com and get your tickets. The promo code for that event is Jimmy Save 100, all uppercase. You'll get $100 off. It's $249. It's 5 days. An incredible list of speakers, all virtual. You're going to get all set up. You're going to build up your avatar, and you are going to go hang out in this auditorium for 5 days and check this out. It's going to be incredible. With that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. 3.
Hey, Jimmy?
Yes.
Hi, Jimmy. This is Ray from Vancouver.
Hey, Ray from Vancouver. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Hope you're okay.
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Just a couple of things. I'll let go with the first one will be, I guess, the hash oil.
Okay.
Not much. I'm not. I just wanted to tell the young people not to smoke, especially when you're driving. Not good for you, Anyway, my first time of smoking pot, and my friend Andy and I went over to the cemetery, looking over the bluffs. Man, it's incredible. Anyway, that's out of the way. It was good while it lasted, but I skipped school and I repeated my grade.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Do you, by any chance? God, this is kind of weird. You speak to animals, birds, especially birds.
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my wife and I, we go to this particular park and.
You talk to birds.
We feed no. Actually, I feed the ducks and the geese, and when I sometimes they're afraid of you, so they'll you throw them all these seeds and they'll come to you and all that stuff.
Sure.
And I talk to them, and they love it. They just come over and they you hand them on your hand like this, and they peck at you and everything.
Yeah, you're feeding.
But
them.
anyway,
of course.
Yeah,
okay.
They love it, and there are times where they're like. They don't even care to come over. They're kind of scared. They're like, "Hey, what are you guys happening? What's happening here? Come on over." They don't want to come over. They just stay where it's safe over there. I guess it's just the season, I guess, right? Because when it's a time of the year when people are like hunting them and all that stuff. It kind of they have this sense. They're kind of I don't know if I trust you.
Okay.
Right?
And where's this?
But anyway,
where's this going?
I just want to tell you, basically, what I'm trying to get into here is like, I think they know the sense. There's a feeling of, I like this guy. Maybe I should go and just come and I like his seeds. And so But anyway. Tuesday, morning, my wife and I, it was like 6 o'clock or even 5:30 in the morning. It was really hot, we have our window open, and it's so hot, and And Jimmy, you wouldn't believe this. There's this sound. It's a diva. It's like a bird, and I've never heard it before. There's 3 notes, and it woke me up. And it was like, I don't know. This is not just an ordinary bird. It was something. It was something. It could be some type of. I don't know what it was, but it's so incredible, the sound. I've never heard. Oh gosh!
Okay, Ray. I need you to get to the point, though.
But anyway, here comes the point. So today I went for a walk. Anyway, that particular sound, my wife was kind of pissed off. Sorry, she says, "You woke me up. Did you hear that? The sound? I says, "No, I didn't." She says. So anyway, today I went up to. There's this park that I usually walk, for a mile and all that. You wouldn't believe this is this beautiful bird, and it was chirping. It was chirping, and this is the first time I've seen this bird. It had a nice red crown on it, and it looked. Oh gosh, I don't know. It could be a woodpecker. It was darkish gray with a bit of blue, and then it's got a red crown on it. I've never seen a bird like that before. I've seen a northern flicker, a robin. And I would normally talk to them.
Okay, so Ray.
But anyway, let's
get to the point. Okay.
Oh yeah, the point here is this bird. I was asking him, were you the one that was doing that sound the other day? And he was chirping at me, and I says, no, I don't think this is the bird, right? And that was just the point there. I trying to figure out maybe it was the bird that actually made that sound, and that was it for that one, Jimmy. It does just kind of. I thought it was has something to do with that. I just had this feeling that. Anyway.
Okay. Is there more, Ray?
No, that was it for that.
Okay.
That one there, I know that was kind of weird, except, that sound and that bird, I thought it was there was a link there. Anyway, the last thing I'm going to say is have you had any experience when you were a toddler? Maybe you had some, maybe you can remember things back in the day when you were 1.5, 2 years old?
No.
Okay. This becomes like a UFO type of stuff. I woke up one morning, and I do remember this, and there was these colorful lights. It was flying over me, and I was so happy. I was like, wow. I was like, hey, look at this. It's like a train, and it's got different colors, and it was flying over me like this. And I was actually chasing it around the house. And I'm not really sure if I was dreaming or not, but Jimmy, that was such a terrific thing. It was just what a beautiful scene, because you can see this it's a train, and it's just wiggling and going up and down, and if you can see a little kid smile and looking at things, it's and that was it for that. And that's all I want to tell you, Jimmy.
There you go, Ray. Have a great weekend, and thank you for the phone call.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, right on. I'm just going to leave that right there. And let me keep these phone calls coming in. Thank you, Ray. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Terry from Oregon.
This is who?
Terry from Oregon.
Okay, you're very muffled. Okay, all right. I'm not dealing with that, man. What's going on? It's Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. I am battling these phone calls. I'm bringing them in as fast as I can, so I don't have to hear them chirp. And let's see who is up next. Looking at the clock, I'm going to squeeze this in right now. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This would be Mark from Dallas, brother. What's up?
Man, what are you doing calling? I mean, you know, and now I'm at a break. What's going on, Mark?
Well, I've got my night vision on. I'm out by the barn. You know my barn.
Yep.
And I've got my night vision on as we speak.
And
I'm seeing all kinds of interesting stuff tonight. First, I saw my cats, a possum, a raccoon. I saw Buford flying around. Buford is my bat that lives in the barn. But now, it is an extremely active night tonight, dude. Extremely active.
Man, I love it when it happens like that. I really, really do. What are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of shooting stars, which you see shooting stars with this, which you will not see with your naked eyes, as you know.
Yep.
There's a bunch of those, but I'm seeing standard satellites, and you know those when you see them. But I've got a couple of things I've been eyeballing that are not normal. I've got one that is moving very slowly, and then it stops, and then it disappears, and then it reappears, and then it moves again. It's very strange. I've spotted it now about 3 different times.
Now, and you've got your orientation correct, right? Mm-hmm. East, west, north, south.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
And so when you're seeing satellites and they're, equator action, right? East, west.
Correct.
You kind of know what's going on there. Sometimes they're interesting. Exactly. They change direction. It's fun. It's when something is going off axis, right? Northeast, southeast, southwest, north, south. That is what is intriguing to me.
In the slow one, man, it's moving. It's doing that, and I'll lose it because it'll disappear, and then I'll lose it. I'll pick it back up, and it'll be going a different direction the next time. It's got to be the same one because it's moving. It's the same shape. It's really slow moving. You got to really, and then it just stops. Then it disappears.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's cool. It's very cool.
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Well,
what kind of night vision do you have?
This is called Andis 9.
Okay.
This is the one the Navy SEALs and Delta use these.
Okay.
These are legit. But I can't. After listening to the first couple of callers, I came out to see if there was a full moon.
Man. I love it. I love Fadernight, man. I just never know.
Oh.
I never know.
You never know.
Never
know, man.
Never know.
I spent half the day with a Texas Ranger. I don't mean a baseball player either, so I needed a little stress relief tonight.
I wish I was with you, man. Last night, we had on Peter Robbins. And during one of the commercial breaks, I actually walked outside. I got 3 or 4 minutes. Cool. I just went outside to get some fresh air. And I just looked up to the stars, and I thought, this is what I swear, Mark, on everything that is holy. I'm looking up, and I thought, man, right now is the moment I'm going to see something crazy. It's going to be like right now. And I was like, nothing happened. But I'm serious. I was like, right now, watch this. Mm-hmm. And I don't have my night vision, and I'm not going to be able to stay out here. I've got to get back in, for the show. And I thought, right now, I'm going to see the craziest thing of my life. Just watch it. But nothing happened. It was so funny. I mentally prepped myself for that I would have to walk away from some amazing sighting because I got to get back to the show.
And when you're in that mindset, that's when you normally see something.
That's when it happens. I'm telling you. I just I laid it out there, but nothing happened. Hey, Mark, enjoy the rest of your night, my friend, and I'll talk to you next week. But just share your stories with us.
I've got just so you know, I've got a 1985 time machine queued up and ready for next week.
Oh man, I'm so ready to go. I'll talk to you, Mark. Have a great time tonight.
All right, man. Bye.
Mark from Dallas. That Mark is the man. That's all I got to say. Mark is the man. This is Fade to Black, 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
is Rob Halford, the Metal God, on jimmychurchradio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to wtih.com. That's wtih.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to getthetea.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's getthetea.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRAradio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRAradio.com.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard, available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Gold loves chaos, uncertainty, and disarray. History shows us what gold does when people aren't sure about the government, the stock market, their jobs, or their retirement savings. Our national debt is skyrocketing. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against inflation and a stock market that might take years to recover. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Call United Gold Group. We offer gold and other precious metals delivered securely within 72 hours. Are you worried about the stock market? We can also help you set up a real gold or silver IRA or a 401k. Safe and secure. United Gold Group makes gold ownership affordable. Call now and get up to $2,500 in free gold or silver with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit unitedgoldgroup.com.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. This is the best Fadernight in a long time. No, they're all good. They're all good. They're all good. 747-228-2051. If you're on hold, stay right there. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello.
Yes.
This is Justin.
Hey, Justin, where are you calling from?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Justin from Salt Lake City, Utah. How you doing, Justin? What's on your mind?
Oh, yeah. Doing well. So I recently just got and found your channel back on YouTube. I know for a while back a while ago you had to come off of YouTube for a little while. But glad to be back. Glad to see you back for sure, even though I'm really probably late to the game. But I was watching a Lou Elizondo interview that you had done about 3 weeks ago, I think.
Okay.
And I found it really interesting. I thought it was a phenomenal interview. It was very insightful. And I have a lot of military in my family and who are kind of leery about the times that we're in right now and some of the kind of training exercises that they are going through right now. They're unusual. And with the kind of camos that they're doing now and other things that, I guess I wouldn't feel too comfortable talking about. But I was getting together with them and we were talking about the whole UFO report that was kind of, it was telling because it was an admission, but there was really not a lot of the stuff that you and I, of course, want. But I love how you were drilling Lou and really trying to get it out of him. So that was really awesome. So we got some nuggets there. But anyways, so the government's kind of very symbolic, right? And so they like to use symbology in a lot of the things and whatnot. And we're coming into a new age, the age of Aquarius. At the same time in history, anytime that there's a new age, there seems to be a cataclysm in society, and our government right now is now talking about the Great Reset. And so me and some friends some family, they're in the military, kind of made these connections, and there's certain words and stuff, obviously I can't say on air, but it just seems like maybe I wonder if there's something to the coming into the new age, this UFO stuff that they're now wanting to come out with, and then the age of Aquarius and the Great Reset. Kind of wanting to get your thoughts.
Well, I would normally be pretty excited about everything that you just said, right? I'm like right there. What I am surprised about, I didn't think it would happen. Well, I kind of thought it would happen, but not this fast. In that UFOs are now not in the mass media. There isn't anything coming out. I don't hear anything from Marco Rubio. The report died on the vine. Is there anything else? It's not like Marco Rubio, or I shouldn't say that. The Senate Intelligence Committee said, "Okay, this is great. When are we going to get the next? When's part 2 coming? Because this is pretty dry." So, do you need more time? Do you need an extension? Do you need us to put a demand on? There, absolutely nothing. And now, kind of some weird follow-ups. Nothing. Tucker's gone. The mass media and all of that, nothing. We've got a cool Bigfoot story that popped up today in Popular Mechanics. I didn't comment on it because it was just a background story on Bigfoot in the Patterson film. It was a great read, but it wasn't UFOs. Popular Mechanics did a story on USOs a couple of days ago, and I thought that, but everything else by and large is kind of died down. Now we've got this HBO or Showtime docu-series that's supposed to be coming out. There's a new docu-series. I think it's like 8 parts. I watched part 1, 2, and 3 last night after the show on Netflix. Pretty cool in that there were a couple of cases in there that were interesting. What was great is it's everybody that's ever been on Fade to Black is featured in this new series, right? And it's there's Travis Walton and Kathleen Martin and Richard Dolan. I don't know if I saw Linda. She might have been in there. But everybody that's been on Fade to Black, right? And it was like back to back to back to back. And that was pretty cool. And there were a couple of cases in there that I hadn't heard from before. I thought that some of I don't want to do a full review on this series because it's not over yet, but I thought that they stretched some of the facts a little bit, and I was like, wow, woof, okay, all right. But anyway, so that's there, but that's Netflix, right? That's not the mainstream media. Why all of a sudden has the New York Times, the mainstream, right? What is the meaning behind this? And I
have an answer for you.
Okay, give it to me, Justin.
So there is a movie that came out. So keep in mind, I'm a very much so just like Tom DeLonge. I've spent my entire childhood and adulthood studying these things, and it's never stopped. Okay, so let me preface that. Never stopped. Okay, there's not a week ever in my life that goes by that I don't have spent at least several hours looking into something I didn't know the day before. Okay, very passionate. So I think there's an answer. Jeff Bezos and Amazon just recently released a movie, very, very, very high budget, clearly, called The Tomorrow War.
Yes.
Okay, that they literally gave to the public practically for free with an Amazon account.
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
Very high budget film with very expensive actors, and they just gave it out for free. So in this movie, you see an alien threat that comes out of nowhere, comes out of completely nowhere, and they say that they need our help, right? So you see these people that get rounded up into this area, and they take away only the useful clothes, and they let them keep the chef's hat, for example, or the Hawaiian shirt, right? The clothes that don't really matter, that don't have any utilities to society. These people get rounded up into a big room where they magically disappear, that the public on the current year Earth have no idea what the aliens look like because they give this lame excuse that, if you knew what it looked like, then you probably wouldn't come here. So they give us some lame excuse on why they're not showing people what these things look like, and only 20% of the people survive. So it's very reminiscent of Nazi Hitler. They rounded up people against their will, took away their gold, their jewelry, their assets, their useful clothes, their shoes, and let them keep junk, rounded up in a room where only 20% of people happen to make it. Then you have the Georgia Guidestones talking about needing to massively reduce the population, but there's no way you could get away with that out in the open, and the people actually know, because the people always win in history if they know the tyranny.
So, okay, but what's the answer for the silence now?
The silence, so here's where I wrap around. Okay, so you see where I'm going with where the possible end game could be with the Great Reset and this alien, whatever, right? Well, the silence is they released this Senate report that was very dry, very lukewarm, just to get a psychological reaction from the public that is an actual admission of the government. Before, you just had you had Coast to Coast, you had these documentaries, on the History Channel and all these other things, Discovery Channel, but it was all conspiracy. This is the biggest shift. The biggest shift isn't that there's some new evidence that came out that Tom DeLonge, got released. No, this is now going from conspiracy to truth. You're entering a completely different domain within this subject that we've never been in. It's all been conspiracy theory until last month.
So, but why the silence now?
Shift. They're just analyzing. They're stepping back. They want to see how the public are going to react. See what see what stances we're going to take. They're going to have their people that are out boots on the ground, finding out, getting a rough estimate of what percentage of the population is interested in this, who's not interested in this. Is it creating a fear in those who are interested? Well, what's their reaction? What's their speculation? This is just a very tiptoeing into changing the needle from conspiracy to truth, and they just want to tiptoe into that just to see. And I think Lou is seriously on the money here. It's just in the 3 years of his work and this stuff coming out, this is actually a very big deal, right? But he can't go into the fine details, because of his clearance and whatnot. But this really is a psychological game. That and the United States government are absolute masters of this.
Yeah, and
so naturally,
I tend to agree with what you're saying, Justin. The only problem with the big picture of what you are saying here is that the report said nothing about ET. It said nothing about any. It didn't even allude to it. But how would you gauge the public's reaction if you? Now, I would agree with you 100% if there was a mention of ET in any regard. It's not ET. It is ET. Some may be from outside of the solar system. Some may be not. We don't know. But they didn't even do that. So that was the curious part for me with this report.
Do you think it would have been too much? You think admitting that there are extraterrestrials would have been too much? Because then you're really starting to get into a huge religious population sector of society.
There's the possibility of anything with that. But what if they would have just said, we are looking into the ET component in this, and we will get back to you? Then they've said something without saying anything. But they didn't even do that.
That's true.
You know, and I just find that part
That's a
very...
great question.
Yeah. Justin, enjoy your weekend, man, and thank you for the phone call. All very good points, my friend. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. It was an honor. Have a great night.
Have a great night. That's it's a great phone call right there. And I'm gonna stick with this. You know, I know that I read between the lines and we've discussed all of this and analyzed this every way that we could. It was very exciting to have this report released on the 25th. There's no question about any of that. But the parts to it for me was the more that I've looked at it, and I've talked about it on the show, okay? I'm just going to be straight. It seems that if we look at the report and the part about it that seemed definitive, it's not us. That's the key. Right? That denial. That's the key. That's the key. So when all of this comes out, and I hope that at some point in the future we can go back to this show date of August 5th, 2021, when everybody goes, Jimmy said the key was the total denial of us, of it not being us. Think about what I'm saying. Think about that. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yeah, how you doing, Jimmy? My name is David. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing good, David. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New Hampshire. I don't know if you know where New Hampshire is. It's like the northern part of the United States.
Okay.
Towards next to Maine and
yes.
all that. But like the White Mountains of New Hampshire, ever heard of them?
Sure, I have. So what's on your mind tonight, David?
Well, I just kind of wanted to say how much I appreciate the Faders and your show, man. It's like an inspiration to me because it's like every time the show's on, it's like drinking a glass of water. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's refreshing, and it's it's like my problem has been a lot of through my life when I've talked to anybody or tried to talk about extraterrestrials or anything like that, ET or I grew up in a house where strict Christians, and they don't. It's like it's anything that's not from heaven is evil, whatever. But there's a lot of people out there that have their opinions, and but the show, man, it means a lot to me because it's where you hear the truth, and I try to. I tell a lot of people, the ones that I do talk to. Sometimes they, I tell them, I give you a plug. I tell them you got to listen to the show. It's where it's at, But also, I just want to share experience I had. I've always been watching the skies. Always, I may have had a fascination with it my whole life, and it was like I'm probably 10 years old. I was in the White Mountains, probably on this road they call. Triple I Road. It's like one of the oldest roads in America, But it goes in between these mountain ranges. And we were camping up there for a few days. and I went off I had to go get water or whatever, and I was walking down this dirt road, and I hear like a hissing sound, and maybe about 80 feet coming through like the ridge line of the mountains, like this way through the valley. I'm trying to figure out what was it. Was it a meteor? But I never told anybody. But the thing was like smoking. It was like 10 a.m. in the morning. This thing comes over, no sound, just like no sound at all. Just there was a hiss to it. There was smoke coming off it, but it just kept going, following like the road actually, and it wasn't like coming down like if it was a meteor, I think it would have been like straight down, you know. But this thing was cruising like, and it just kept on going, and I just was like, I just completely, I think I started telling myself, you know, right away, nobody's going to believe you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, at like 10 or 11, you start telling your friends, you know, back in the, I'm like 56 years old, you know, but try to tell your friends when you're 10 or 11, you just saw a UFO, you know, be like, hey, Jackson, you know, you're crazy, you know?
Right. Right. Well, that'll change you. That'll change you, David, for the rest of your life. And I want to thank you for the phone call. And it reminds me of I saw something just like that. And I remember this was 2021, so this was probably 2010. And I'm in the valley, and something catches my eye. And I think I've told this before in the air. And in the middle of the day, and I look up, and there is, it's got to be a meteorite, right? It's a meteor. It's not a meteorite until it hits Earth. But it's smoking, and it's going across the sky this way. I'm looking at it like that, and I see the smoke trail, and it was not high. It wasn't high. It was a half mile up, maybe, but I could see it, and it was burning green and white, but it was green, and I could hear it crackling. And with this smoke trail that's coming, and it just cruises by, and it's not even going that fast, you know. And it's not falling like David's saying. It's not falling to Earth. And I watched this thing go in a straight line, go all the way over to the mountains north of the valley, like where Santa Clarita is, and go behind the mountain. And I watched this thing, and it was incredible. And it wasn't falling to Earth, right? But it was obviously a meteor, but I could hear crackling, and that's how close it was, by the way. And went behind the mountain. Now, this is what popped in my head as I saw this. That's a lot of money. That thing's going to crash to the ground somewhere. And if I didn't have somewhere to be at that moment, I would have hopped in my car and headed that way and got behind the mountain and looked for a smoldering fire, because that was a lot of meteorite. David, thank you for the phone call, man, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.
Oh, man, thank you, and go Beckley Chappie, and have a great night.
It's time to fade to black, David. Thank you so much. And, and I saw this. Now, I jumped on. I was right there, grabbed my cell phone, and I'm clicking on the local news, KTLA, whatever, nothing. And I checked it for the rest of the day and night. Nobody reported this meteor over Los Angeles, flying over the valley. I don't know how. I don't know how 10 million people didn't call 911. Well, I didn't, but I watched it. I watched it go right into Santa Clarita, man, just right over the mountains, slowly descend and hit somewhere over there. There's a lot of houses too, but it was incredible. It was the most fast. What were the odds of me being able to see this at that moment? And it just happened to catch my eye. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Mike from Vegas.
Hey, Mike from Vegas. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. What's on your mind?
We got to talk about movies, Jimmy.
You've got 4 minutes. Give me your best.
Okay, I'm gonna be really quick. The show you did was a week or 2 weeks ago. The Stanley Kubrick thing, it killed me. It was amazing. So I went back, watched Full Metal Jacket, which I didn't initially like, and I thought it was amazing.
It is amazing.
Went back, I watched Barry Lyndon for the first time last night. Gotta say, the visually was one of the most amazing things I ever saw. I didn't like it.
No, fair enough. No, fair enough. I get that. I get that. But visually, it's one of the most stunning things that you could ever see. That you could ever put into your eyeballs. Yeah, no doubt.
So I want to get to two things before because I'm running out of time. So I got to thinking about Kubrick, and I got to do the Room 527 and watch The Shining, which I haven't done. And I'm not like you. I wouldn't consider myself a movie aficionado. But I'm going to say about a year and a half ago, I saw a movie, and for the first time in my life, I said, this was one of the most well-made movies, and I couldn't tell you why I thought it was one of the greatest movies I ever saw. An old movie, but I rewatched The Graduate. And I said, that movie, that it's so good, and I could not even tell you why. And then I went back and watched Catch-22 after that, and I said, I don't know what Mike Nichols does, but it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Two things. Okay, first off, The Graduate, without a doubt, one of the most intense, emotional, strong, well-made, well-acted, well-written movies of all time. Okay, so there's that part, and I never looked at Fiats again the same, right? Every time I see a white Fiat, man, I just think of The Graduate. but Catch-22 is so bleeping great. And when you actually watch it a couple of times, when you understand what the movie is about, this is a guy that's trapped, right? He's trapped. He's trapped in a war. And the Catch-22 aspect, I remember finding out very young, I was very young, what Catch-22 meant. And the new version of Catch-22, I think it's a short mini series, like 6 episodes. If you get a chance, go and watch that. And it came out a few years ago. Extremely well made.
I know. I will do it. That was one of the few things where I read the book long before I saw the movie, and one of the best books I ever read in my life. And the movie absolutely did it justice. The movie was so good.
Yes.
And there's a certain way that Mike Nichols does things, and I couldn't put my finger on what it was, but I just said I love what this guy does. So that's my movie.
Yeah, man. Well, this is a great phone call. And I hope that for those in the audience that are too young to remember or even know about The Graduate and what an impact that movie had on the world back then, it was, here it is right here. Eric just popped up a clip. Thank you for that, Eric, in Twitter. What an impact it had. And I remember I was in 6th grade, and my 6th grade teacher, Mr. McWilliams, great teacher. I remember him coming into class and saying, okay, tonight, everybody, this is 6th grade, man, 1974, 73, 74. He goes, tonight on Channel 7 is The Graduate. Everybody must watch The Graduate. And I was just a kid. I was like, well, okay. All right, Mr. McWilliams, you're cool. I'll go peep it out. And wow, I was traumatized. And I've seen it so many times.
I'm going to feed you a line, Jimmy.
Yes.
That idea sounds like it's kind of half-baked.
Yeah. Man, Mike, great phone call, man.
No, it's fully baked.
It's fully baked. Have a great weekend, man. Thank you for the phone
Thanks,
call.
Jimmy.
Yeah, right on.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Yeah, right on. Dustin Hoffman, man, he was just traumatized. And I was traumatized. I never, and I think about it now, Mr. McWilliams, man. And, wow, I'm 58. That means Mr. McWilliams, he's got to be 78. I don't even know if he's still with us. Messed with me. This is Fade to Black. More of your phone calls are next. Stay with us.
Here, and you are listening to my boy Jimmy Church on jimmychurchradio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com. This is Jimmy Church, and I invite you to attend the 20th Annual Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo live and in person this September 17th, 18th, and 19th at the LAX Airport Hilton. Connect with exhibitors, community, thought leaders, and friends as we begin to recreate the world. You can also watch the expo from the comfort of your own home. Live stream from the main stage in Los Angeles and from the main stage in London. Truly a global simulcast event broadcast around the world. Live stream and in-person expo tickets are available now. I'll be your host all weekend long from Los Angeles. And on Friday, it's my Ancient Secrets and Earth Mysteries themed segment with James Keenan, Caroline Corey, and William Henry. And on Saturday, Daniel Sheen and I sit down for a one-on-one interview live. We have an amazing lineup of 25 speakers, including Bashar, Gail Thackeray, Kimberly Meredith, Whitley Strieber, Stephen Bassett, Daniel Brinkley, and Lisa Garr. Please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com for tickets and info. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com and use that promo code Jimmy for a special discount. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
This is Crystal.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. What a great Fadernight. I would have never thought that The Graduate would strike a chord like that. I was over in the YouTube chat. And plastics. I mean, it's just one of the best in Dustin Hoffman's face. That's all I got. I'm just going to leave it right there. This is Fade to Black. It's Fader Nights, open lines all night long. Let me see how many calls I've got on hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, I'm going to try to get everybody in. I've been getting through it. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Terry from Oregon.
This is who?
Terry from Oregon.
Hey, Terry from Oregon. How are you?
Doing well. Got a question for you, Jimmy. Have you ever heard of the Bainbridge Tic Tac?
The Bainbridge Tic Tac?
Yeah, Bainbridge, Washington. Tic Tac. It happened about 1,000 miles from where Fravor picked it up and 10 days prior to it.
In Washington State?
Washington State.
Okay,
There's
so
photographic evidence.
Okay, so Bainbridge is an island.
Yeah, Bainbridge Island in Rockaway Beach.
Okay, so what happened up there? I've stayed on Bainbridge Island a couple of times. I've actually vacationed up there. Stayed at the I'm trying to think of the name, the Beach Cottage, and which is over where the marina is. If you go around, you know where the ferry comes in, right? So you jump on the road and you take the road around that little bay, and then there's a bunch of private boats. There's a little marina over there, and I stayed at the same cottage a couple of years in a row. Walked out of my deck of the cottage to the pier. It was amazing, just amazing. Anyway, so I know Bainbridge Island. Okay, so what happened?
Okay, synchronicity kind of thing. Me and the gentleman that this happened to were listening to a podcast, someone who does one out of Amsterdam. You may know Max. As it turns out, this gentleman and I live in the same state. I'm going to leave his name out of it for anonymity. But he was there. He photographed 2 basically classic discs that opened up a portal that the Tic Tac came out of. All on film.
Okay, I'm listening. So what happened?
Well, and speaking with the man, this is my question. This is what it all boils down to. What happened to him when the portal opened? He got what Grant Cameron might refer to as a download.
Okay.
It wasn't just him. It was him and several members of his family. It terrified him. As a matter of fact, to this day, we had a conversation the other day. Something broke in his download, and we actually had to get off the phone. It affected him so bad. Why is it that somebody like me who can have an encounter, which I've had here? Matter of fact, I own the Trent property now. And someone like him can have a similar experience, and it just wrecks a person, just terrified him.
Well, now, what were the dates of the Bainbridge Tic Tac?
You know, it was July 2019, but I don't know the exact date. I know that if you Google it, he's actually done another. He's done one podcast. He referred to himself as David in the podcast, which is his birth name, but it's not the name that he goes by now.
Okay, well, I will follow up on this, and I'm going to ask the Fadernauts to jump in and feed me some information about this Bainbridge Tic Tac. I mean, it's 2019. Fravor was 2004. Fravor's off the coast of California. Bainbridge is obviously Bainbridge Island, which is in the Sound there. I don't know. How many miles from Seattle would you say that is? 4, 5?
A hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah,
it's just
not,
a hop, skip, and a jump, man.
Yeah, it's a 30-minute ferry ride.
Ferry ride, yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, I'll see what I can find out, and I'll look into this. I find it very interesting.
Thanks, Jimmy. Have a good night, man.
You too,
Go back to
Terry.
Tempe.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you so much. I have not heard of the Bainbridge Island Tic Tac. I find that very interesting. I don't know. I found a quick Reddit thread on it, but that's all I've got. So there you go. So somebody feed me some information. I would like to get to the bottom of that. And it's been photographed. So yeah, somebody posted up in the sandbox. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Eddie from Los Angeles.
Hi, Eddie.
I'm a little nervous.
All right, Eddie. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to share a story. Well, not a story. It's an experience that happened to me in L.A., Lincoln Heights, California.
Okay. What happened?
So my window had just been replaced, and I had no curtains, so that's just to set up what happened. I went to sleep, and I woke up, and it was daytime, and I went to my window, and usually what I would see there would be the roof of the next building over, and to the left I'd see Dodger Stadium. But what was there instead was a field, a big park with a bunch of people having picnics, and they were dressed like, I don't know, like Mary Poppins or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked around and I said, this isn't real. And I woke up again, and it was daytime again. So I went to the window again, and this time it was a mountain, a big rocky mountain with the train going in a tunnel. I got really confused, and my phone was in the drawer there, so I grabbed it and I took a picture, and I looked for the picture, but it wasn't there. I look up, and I see the roof that should be there. So I get confused. I wake up again, and this time, still daytime, I look out the window, and it's a giant obsidian inverted pyramid. It's slowly, moving sideways, and it's got Egyptian hieroglyphics all over it, like golden. And I just go, oh my God. I grab my phone. I take a picture, or I try to take a picture, but my phone won't turn on. And I start seeing two eyes form on the phone. And I think, alien. And before I can finish the word, a red energy net just comes out of the phone, and it slowly starts expanding. The walls start warping, and it feels like a psychedelic trip, and I get paralyzed. I tilt sideways to the right, and I can't move, and I can't think at all. And then that blacks out, and I wake up again in bed, but this time the room's dark. And to my right, there's a little girl in a dress, blonde hair. She's sitting down, facing away from me. And I touch her on the shoulder. I have this feeling that she's my daughter for some reason. So I touch her on the shoulder, and when she turns around, she's got these big, giant, black insect eyes and this huge smile on her face. And just this terror just takes me over, just like a body fear. And it's, I couldn't think, and I blacked out. And in the morning, I went and checked my phone. There was nothing on it, but it went into something called like a boot loop, where it went to the Samsung logo and turned off. And I couldn't get out of that loop, and I took the battery out, tried to reset it. Eventually, I just smacked it against the table and started working. But
now, well, let me ask you this, Eddie. We're on very limited time, and I've got to get to these other calls. But was it all a dream, or were you were waking up and then going back to sleep?
I think it was a dream, but I don't know because it felt very lucid dream. Like I've had lucid dreams before, but this felt very strange. And recently I had, because I didn't understand the first parts of the dreams, the tunnel and the picnic, like what was that about? So I checked the history of the area, and I found a link to a place that Elysian Park is in my view, and I found people in Elysian Park dressed exactly how I saw them in the dream.
Right.
And I saw a tunnel with a train going in it.
Right.
And it's actually the 110 freeway.
Right.
But it used to be a mountain with a tunnel.
That's
with a
right.
Train going into.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. Some kind of time slip. Yeah, that's
what I was thinking.
Yeah. I've had a few calls. I've talked to a few people that have experienced similar things. For some reason, I think it's happened to me a couple of times. Nothing as definitive and as cool as yours, but I often wonder, Eddie, that you don't know about the time and place that you're at, and there's something. Whether it's a parallel or another dimension or something that you're stepping into, something is overcoming your area. I don't know, but it's interesting to hear these types of experiences from people, and you just have to often wonder. I don't think people are crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. Yeah. I don't think you're crazy, but it happened.
I initially just wrote it off as a dream because I've looked into UFOs, and I haven't heard of a pyramid-shaped UFO, and this was in 2018. I've only heard of like the Tic Tacs and the saucers and the cigars.
Right.
So I was like, a big pyramid? No. And then I just started seeing all these videos come up of pyramids.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's cool. Continue your journey. Continue it, Eddie. And
actually, I stopped for a whole year after that.
Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you did. Thank you for sharing that. Well, that's a great phone call, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Good night.
Eddie from Los Angeles and Elysian Park, this area that he's referring to, which is Elysian Park is the site of Griffith Park. That's actually where the police academy is, too, as well. The LA Police Academy. That's there. And you can zigzag around and drive through Elysian Park instead of taking the other side to Dodger Stadium and kind of wiggle your way up through that way. But anyway, right there, it's a very heavily populated part of Los Angeles, Sunset Boulevard. If you continue all the way around, that is passes in front of Dodger Stadium. But that's the area that he's talking about. And it's a very populated, very dense part of L.A., and it's a beautiful part of L.A., I might add. So that's a great story, Eddie. Thank you for sharing that with us. Looking at the clock, lots of calls.
That's excellent.
Turn me down. I'm going to give you one more crack. Turn me down.
Hello, Jim.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, Jim. It's Sabrina.
Which Sabrina?
The one you met in Laughlin.
How are you?
Very well, Jim. Thank you. I'm recovering from pneumonia.
Oh, okay. That's never fun.
And anaphylactic shock.
And that's even worse. Okay.
Yes.
So what's going on? Where are you guys right now? What part of the country?
Columbia, West Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah, you guys were heading that way. And so there you go. You went all the way across the country. So what's on your mind tonight, Sabrina?
Well, I want to share with you some of the things that I experienced while in Utah after leaving Nevada.
What happened?
Well, in Utah, we went to Blind Frog Ranch.
Ooh.
And let's just say your intentions create what you experience. So when we went in, we were following the directions that were given to us by the gentleman that was there at the conference, Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne Ollinger.
And,
yes.
the road split 3 ways, and we crossed the creek as we were supposed to, and instead of staying to the far, far right, we ended up going down to Sand Trap Road, getting stuck twice, where I had to push out the vehicle to get it back out of there. Started walking up part of the way and met a wonderful gentleman named George. And after meeting George, or right before meeting George, we were climbing this hill, and I literally stopped and said a prayer, asking for guidance and for any help to get us to where we're trying to go. And opened my eyes, and 200 feet in front of us is George.
Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? What happened?
He goes and he informs us that we're on the wrong road, treks back to our vehicle with us. We drive back down the road and up the correct road to that pond that Dwayne had dug the hole into.
Right, right.
Swam in it, collected some of the water, and then we spent the rest of the day hiking throughout the property with George, communing with the land and the energies there. I found myself at one point in that area where they had dug down that shaft, doing a communing and atoning and chanting like natives, as I have done in dreams before. And the next day, George invited us to Current Creek Reservoir into the National Forest over there, the Red.
So did you, Sabrina, let me jump in real quick. Did you ever make it to Blind Frog Ranch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we had gotten to the sand trap. So we were there and hiked there the entire day.
I thought you were outside of Blind Frog. When you said community, I just thought that you just stayed
inside.
right there. Okay, so you made it. Was Dwayne there?
No.
Okay.
No, but we were on the phone with him, and he was talking to us and gave us permission to go.
Right. So what happened?
So, like I said, we were communing that night, went home, and I was hearing Indian chants coming through, and I found myself chanting with them that night. The next morning, George called and asked us if we wanted to go hiking over at Current Creek Reservoir in the National Forest over there. And we went, and I found myself smelling an electric wire type smell, and hearing a voiceless voice within me directing me down the paths that the animals follow.
Mm-hmm.
And then where birch branches were laid down, and to use those as steps, because that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And the being was a Bigfoot that was guiding me the entire day to all their different spots of where they commune, explaining how they weave the branches together.
Wait, did you just say Bigfoot was guiding you?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw Bigfoot, or you
No.
felt Bigfoot?
Like I said, I was experiencing and sensing and smelling an electrical energy around me.
Sure.
And I was hearing a voiceless voice inside my head telling me where to go, what to do. There were 2 times I fell where I should have gotten hurt really bad, but it felt like somebody caught me and set me down gently.
Okay, we're before we run out of time, what was the highlight?
Mm-hmm.
I've only got about 2 minutes.
Well, the highlight was understanding that when you are willing to listen, creation communes with you and speaks to you.
Yeah,
when you go in with love in your heart and good intentions to be one and not to try and take and push on your own energy to a place.
Right. Yeah,
everything gives you love.
Yeah, there is something, Sabrina. There's something going on at Blind Frog. I've got to get up there, and I will. But you're.
There's nothing scary there if you have nothing to fear or are not going after anything that's not of love.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the other part for me is that with everything, and it's not just, oops, oh no. I think I just disconnected Sabrina. Oh no, hold on for a second. And I didn't mean to do that. And I'm going to pull, oh man. Sabrina, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah. You dropped out, but I was able to pull you back in. There is way too much history. It's the location, but there is the other archaeological stuff that's going on. There's the petroglyphs. There is the NASA site that is right close to there too as well. There is something going on
the
up there.
entire 2 days I was experiencing hearing indigenous songs and finding myself chanting the songs with them, both male and female singing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just coming through ephemerally, for lack of a better phrase here.
Yeah, there, and this is for me when you meet Dwayne, and you look at him and you talk. He's just giving it to you as he is experiencing this. You can tell that there's a genuine honesty about Dwayne, and that's the way he carries himself. I remember when, and you were there, when Dwayne was on stage with me, and he was leaning back in the chair, and I was joking with him about what's it like for, a big rough and tumble cowboy like himself to go back and hang out with his cowboy buddies in Texas, And he's like, man, I don't talk about this stuff with those guys, and he's just being straight. And there was just something about him, and I've got my invitation. I'm going to go up, and now that you've just told me about your experience there, I've got to go check it out for myself, Sabrina. Listen, you guys be safe out there in South Carolina, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Blessings to you and the Faders on your journeys. Hugs and light to all of you.
Right on, Sabrina. And those two, thank you, Sabrina. And those two, I got to hang out with them in Laughlin, and I just had some of the best time and best conversations hanging out. And Sabrina, for those of you that have never met her, some of you Fadernauts were in Laughlin, you got to meet Sabrina. But whatever you're picturing in your mind's eye, that's Sabrina. That's Sabrina. She has got it going on. She is 100% mystical. So there you go. Thank you for the phone call. Great phone calls tonight on the show. Thank you, everybody. This is why I do Fadernight right now, this evening, and it was perfect. So I want everybody to have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. I've got a lot of stuff to do, but I will see everybody right here on Monday. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, SpaceboyMusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2021 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll see everybody on Monday, but until then, just have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. Until then, it's time to fade to black.